Hey dwellers, welcome back to the Cellar. So this weekend I watched the Shudder original film DeadStream, and I want to talk to you guys about it. I need to talk to you guys about it. I'll be right back. So DeadStream is a Shudder original film. It was directed and written by Vanessa and Joseph Winter. Joseph Winter actually stars in the film as Sean Rudy. You see him in the trailer. So basically, Sean is a influencer who was kind of canceled for doing something pretty disgusting. They tell you later on in the film what he did. I don't want to give too many spoilers. So basically, you see him in the beginning. So he's trying to get his followers and his subscribers up again after, you know, his hiatus. And he says he's going to be live streaming in a haunted house. Now, most of this film takes place in that haunted house, so you kind of see him, you know, exploring this home. Now, the film's about an hour and a half long. It's not too long. It's a horror/comedy with some paranormal activity going on. So I just want to give you my opinion. I don't want to give too much away. I don't like giving spoilers out, especially when a movie was released. But I want to say that I was scared. There's a lot of parts of this movie where I was just kind of like, you know, like there's a lot of jump scares. But there's also a lot of comedy. And it was a perfect balance of horror and comedy. Like I was laughing and then I was covering my eyes. Like I enjoyed this film. I want to say that just off the bat, I enjoyed it from start to finish. And I didn't know how I was going to feel about it. I thought the trailer looked good, but I've been tricked before. But watching it, it was pretty hysterical. I laughed probably about like 80% of the time. I thought Sean was extremely funny. He's such a funny character. It kind of makes fun of influencers a little bit and YouTubers, you know, even though I'm one, I could appreciate it. It was hysterical. And there was a lot of jump scares and a little twist in the middle, which I thought was pretty cool. And I really enjoyed the ending. The ending, I don't know if it set it up for like more movies, but it could give us more movies the way they ended it. But I really loved the ending. I really loved it. I was pleasantly surprised across the board. If you've seen this movie, you know about the jump scares. You know there are scenes that you're like, oh, you know, you just never know where something's going to pop up. Now, I can really see this film becoming a cult classic. It's like one of those movies where it's just, you just love it. It's just such a perfect movie for the horror community. I can see this like really become a cult classic. I loved it. I could definitely watch it over and over again. So if I had to rate this film, I would give it an 8. Now, that's a solid 8. I usually don't give films that high of a rating. Like I usually, you know, if I like things, I'll stick around the 7s, but I really loved this movie. I really loved it. Of course, there were some things that were a little predictable, but there wasn't that much, honestly. I wasn't, you know, maybe in the beginning was a little predictable, but throughout, no, it kept me guessing. Like I was at the edge of my seat wanting to know what was going to happen next. Now, I'm a Supernatural fan. I remember Ghostfacers and Supernatural. This reminded me of them, but more scary. So if you are a Supernatural fan, you know about Ghostfacers. I'm sure you love Ghostfacers. So this reminded me of that, but like the real deal and scary. I loved it. I'm just going to say that. I love this film and I will watch it over and over again. And I really love how it was shot. It was kind of shot like old school. Like it reminded me of Evil Dead, a lot of the scenes. You know, there's not kind of like these CGI like images popping up and it looked like the old school horror movies that we love so much, right? Like Evil Dead, I thought the entire time, like, you know, there's some spirits, I want to say, throughout the film that reminded me of a lot of like, I guess like, you know, spirits or possessed people in the Evil Dead films, which I really did enjoy. There's a lot of times where I expected the guy Sean to chop off his arm and put like a weapon in there. I thought that would have been extremely cool. But yeah, this has cult classic written all over it. So if you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of comedy and paranormal activity type of movies, definitely give this a try. It's streaming right now on Shudder. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Like I said, I loved it and I completely recommend this film. Make sure you comment down below. Let me know if you've seen it, what you thought of it, if you plan on watching it. I hope I swayed you to go check it out because it's such a great movie. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you did it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll be right back.